Welcome back, everybody. As you can see, I am boxing up that pendant light we looked at in our last video. This was my selection off Amazon that we were going to test and look at, but of course, Tom hates it. So just to show you, I guess, we have a new pendant light. I'm not going to pull it out. We'll just take a look at the ad here on the screen for the moment. But it is this beautiful Motini crystal water drop pendant. It's got more of an art look, and I think it's going to look really pretty on the island. It's not the right finish, as the other pendant wasn't either. It's an all chrome finish, which doesn't make me happy, but I think it'll look okay. We'll see. A lot of you out there did suggest some pendant lights for the island, and I really appreciate those. Of course, you know, Tom gets his way with what he wants, but your suggestions aren't going to waste because, as projects tend to do, we've just decided to do more and more, and I'm going to need some more pendant lights, which I will tell you about here in a moment. But first, it is, well, it's demo day. So we have moved everything out of the kitchen. It's kind of everywhere in the house. I'm living in a wreck right now. And I'm going to show you that here in a second, but looks like the contractors have finished putting up some plastic. I hear lots of banging. I think things are coming out of the kitchen. So let's take a peek at that. It was a little scary seeing them take a pickaxe to the floor, knowing that there is no turning back now. There was something about taking the cabinets out was fine, but the floor getting, you know, popped up, a little scary. So I'm taking a quick breather outside to enjoy what's left of the Georgia spring. Unfortunately, we missed peak azalea season by a couple of days, but there's still a little bit of remnants of the beauty of Georgia spring here and there throughout the yard. So it's nice, but we can't enjoy it too much longer. We have to go inside where it is much less nice. So let's head on in and take a look. All right. There we go. Just imagine our azaleas that were all bright pink just a couple of days ago. It was so pretty. I'm sorry you're missing it. But over here we can see the contractors have started making piles. So there are our cabinets, and it looks like we got our tile delivery here, so hopefully don't have to worry about that floor getting jackhammered up too much. But we've got quite the pile ready to go to the dump. And then over in the garage is where the war zone starts. So we've got some appliances there ready to go in the kitchen. Got some appliances there ready to, well, already come out of the kitchen, giving them away to some coworkers, hopefully. Let's make our way up the back stairs. Now, a couple of months ago, we had our contractor replace a window at the top of these stairs. We actually had to reconfigure the wall a little bit. So I had to, well, take off the handrail and prime this whole wall, but we are going to paint this entire room a different color and get rid of this sort of taupey brown color, which was nice when we moved in, but it's been 10 years and I am ready to have something new. And up here, you can see we've started putting our kitchen things up here, and you never really realize how much kitchen stuff you have until you have to move it. But this is usually our library. We have a temporary movie screen up here because the one in the basement is out of commission now. Fortunately, from all of my Halloween projects, I have a couple of projection screens, so that made it really handy. Over here, we have our temporary kitchen set up. We have a little under-counter refrigerator, microwave and sink, and a little induction cooktop we'll be using. And we'll get to eat at this little sliver of table that we have saved for dining. Looks like Tom is in the middle of his lunch. But as you can see, we have more kitchen stuff just everywhere. There is not a room in our house that isn't just filled with stuff right now. Even the living room. So let's go ahead, take a peek in probably the only room that's semi-decent. Say hello, Tom. We have turned this guest room into a makeshift office while Tom's working from home. He was working in the basement. And here's a little bit of behind the scenes for you. My studio, which is also a wreck. I am going to blame the renovations, but it's always messy. But now you can see where the magic happens when I film my YouTube videos. And then our other guest room is sort of filled with odds and ends from my YouTube Halloween projects. So it's always been messy. I can't blame that on the construction. So let's make our way downstairs. Again, the living room. We've got our dining table there, which I didn't get to show you in our original concept video for the kitchen. That dining table that we bought actually matches the coffee table that normally goes there. So it's a Plattner coffee table and a matching dining table. Kind of brings it all together now. All right, down there's our bedroom. We're definitely not going to look in there. Again, it's usually cluttered, and even though there's kitchen stuff in there now, I can't blame the construction. And here we go, the basement. All right, wiring has got to get done, but it looks like we have brand new cisterned beams. Very exciting. Extra HVAC work, extra electrical work, but it's not too big of a deal because we've decided to redo our whole basement, which I'll tell you about in just a moment. But first, take a look down here. Bathroom. I'm hoping that we're going to be able to fit a shower in here to make it a functional bathroom. If anything, we can break through this wall to where there is a closet where I store my Christmas decorations. We already had to rip out some of the wall to put in a new water main pipe, so we're going to have to redo this anyway. And then, of course, our utility room, again, where the magic happens. I can't turn on the lights, but this is like wall-to-wall Halloween decorations, as you know for my YouTube videos. All right, we have more debris on the back deck. HVAC, lots of lumber. I'm hoping we can salvage some of that because I understand the lumber prices are going through the roof. And then we have the door here to a sort of everything, all-season room, where we are storing my Clue collection that's normally in the basement. We've got lots of shelves upon shelves back there. And then just lots and lots of odds and ends. All right, goes back up to the bedroom, but we'll head back downstairs. All right, just to give you kind of an idea of what we're wanting to do, we have decided to not put the drop ceiling back up. We're going to sheetrock the ceiling and then rip out all these beautiful pine board walls to sheetrock all of the walls. This end of the room won't change too much. The only thing I haven't really figured out yet is what to do about this access panel for the electric, but I think I am just going to put in a recessed access panel that is supposed to very well blend into the drywall, so we won't see it too much. The wall of windows kind of presents a little bit of a problem because ideally what we want to do with the basement here is to have it available for use for the in-laws as they get older if they needed to move in with us. So we could somewhere over here put up a wall that's going to cross over and maybe connect to this little bit of wall on the other side of the sliding door so that this area can be a bedroom with access to a bathroom with our new shower and a little closet. Over here we had our media area. We had a recessed projection screen that I loved, but that is going away in lieu of a fixed screen. We have this very dated fireplace, so we're going to be giving that a little bit of a facelift as well. Unfortunately, the previous fireplace was removed, so we have one of those fake fireplaces in now that is kind of cheesy. So we're going to see about putting in a new ventless fireplace, but we're going to have to build out the wall a little bit and actually put a new fireplace in front of the old fireplace. And that is because we want to take this entire side wall here and put in some cabinetry. Over here, where we have a TV niche, is going to have low cabinetry. Now there's piping that goes in behind the pine board now, so we're going to actually build the wall out a little bit. So we're going to lose maybe a foot as we put in some shallow cabinets and then make a larger niche for a fixed projection screen. Then we're going to have the cabinets continue all the way over down the wall. And unfortunately it gets a little dark over here, sorry. We're going to have some full-size cabinets over here. You can't tell, but there are media niches built in there as well. So we're going to actually be able to have another recess there for a display wall. We are going to rip out this existing bar, which we have never used. I keep some Halloween decorations up there with some glasses. Tom uses it as a display for his Mac collection. And then we have a wine rack over there, again for display purposes, as we really don't drink too much. But the wine bottles look nice. We also have over here a nice custom built-in wine rack, which we will glass in, just so a future buyer might enjoy their pseudo wine cellar. And then, because we have ripped out the bar, we're going to put in a little island where we will have cooktop and an area for seating. So it'll be more of a kitchenette instead of a bar, which will again help us make it into perhaps an in-law suite in the future. So it's taken us about a day and a half to get to this point where we have demoed out all of the walls we need to, the floor. There's still a little bit of stuff to take out in the ceiling and the trim, but we'll get there. It's kind of interesting the things that you find when you actually tear down the facade and see the bare bones of the house. Like we kind of discovered over here that there used to be a doorway right here where the kitchen is. You know, I can't imagine what that might have looked like, because right now there's this big old fireplace taking up that spot. And I just can't imagine it without the fireplace. So I imagine the previous owners couldn't imagine what we're doing here with the kitchen, which is going to be, again, vastly different than what was there. So as long as we leave the house in better shape than we found it, I think change is a good thing. And in the meantime, while we wait for our cabinets to come in a couple of weeks and we start getting all the walls and the infrastructure prepared for that, we've gone ahead and taped out the flooring where the new cabinets are going to lie so that I can really imagine living here. And I'm actually getting more and more excited as we get closer and as I can start to see it coming to shape. The place I think is gonna look great. You know, I was very nervous doing things like taking down my mirror wall in the dining room, thinking, is it going to be too dark now without the light reflecting off of it? But, you know, looking at the bare bones wall over there, I think we're gonna be fine. So there's a lot of second guessing going on, but I think maybe we just have to trust ourselves and know it's all going to turn out well in the end. And I hope to show that to you very soon. Well, not the end. We'll have a few steps to get to before we get to the end, but I will bring you along with me. So until then, thanks for watching, guys. Take care, stay safe. See you next time.